What is going on there, guys? It is your brother TheMadScouse and I'm in your and today, guys, welcome back to my video. And today I'm just going to be telling you some stories that have happened in my lifetime, and obviously today we're just going to be playing a bit of Forza, doing some races in this new Bentley. It's absolutely sick. So I'm just going to be telling you some stories that have happened in my childhood. Obviously James, aka Hitman, he requested this a couple of days ago on my comments, on read your comments, so without further ado, let's embarrass the shit out of me. So guys, welcome back to the video, you dirty little boys. In this postman Pat just doing his daily delivery. Here's the Bentley. This is the new Bentley that's actually just came out as well. Look how sick that is. Look at the tail there at the front. Look at the rims. This is the army camouflage rims with the standard colour. Look at the colour. Can you hear the turbo? Look inside. Look how nice that is. So today, guys, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of an embarrassing story. I don't know how many stories I'm going to tell you because I don't know if I could remember, obviously, all of them. But I'm going to try and tell you as many stories as I can, really, basically. So we're just going to drive to this race, but I'll tell you this story, then obviously do a race as well. So yes, guys, the story is, when I was in Liverpool, obviously, when you're a kid, you've always had that crush thing, haven't you? Like, where you've got a girl that you fancy, or like you've always had that girl, like, where you just kind of like, where you date when you were a kid. And I remember her name was called Kirsty. I'm not going to say her fucking full name because that'll just be dirty and rude. So yeah, her name was called Kirsty, and I remember when, obviously, when you're a kid, and if you kissed a girl, just a kiss, like a normal kiss, it would be a big thing, wouldn't it? Everyone would be like, oh, you little slag, like, oh, close your legs, you whore, like. Obviously, like, not like that, but you know what I mean, but like, you know what I mean. And I remember when I lived in Liverpool, where my house was, we used to park our car in the drive. We used to park my car in the driveway, and honestly, guys, we used to have a big massive Ford Galaxy. It was like a big massive Ford Jeep, and I remember she was like, oh, can we go somewhere where we can like kiss and that. I was a bit of a player, you know what I mean, back in the day. I was a little bit of a slag, but you know, yeah. And I was like, yeah, just like buying this car, we'll do, like, I'm pretty sure like no one will see us. Next minute, boom, my dad comes up the front door. And like, obviously, I never knew he'd seen me, but then he obviously thought to himself, he obviously thought, do you know what, we're just going to keep him here, and we're just going to see what he says when he walks in. And like, at the time, all my family was around. Like, it wasn't just like my mum and dad, it was the whole my family were around, like my granddad and everything like that. So it was really, really embarrassing. So I opened the front door, as you do. I opened the front door when all my family were in the living room, and I was like, okay, well, like, what's going on here? Because everyone was like laughing, smirking, as you do, like when you see your kids obviously kiss, because he's a bit of a slut. I walked in and everyone was like, you okay? And I was like, yeah, like, why would I not be okay? And he goes, oh no, just wondering. And then that was just like, what was you doing? Like, out, what did they do? I was like, oh, nothing, I was just at my mate's house just playing the PS2. Obviously, back in the day, that was the best console going, before this Xbox One came out. And he was like, are you sure? I was like, you weren't doing anything else or that? Nah. And I was like, nah. And he's like, who's that girl behind the car then? And I was like, what girl behind the car? And my face went completely bright red, guys. I'm not even joking. This is not even bullshit as well. Like, obviously, it wasn't even like a proper kiss. It was just like a kiss in the mouth. That was really it. Wasn't like a proper, like who kisses like that anyway? But you know, it wasn't like that. It was like a simple, like, little baby kiss, really. And it was just embarrassing. Like, when you're walking in, people just be like, oh, what are you doing that? And like, my dad said it in front of everyone. So yeah, I don't know if I actually explained that story properly, but I basically opened the door, went in, blah blah blah, or who was that girl behind the car, and then all my family were there as well, and I was like, you fucking dick, and I was like, oh my god. And it was just embarrassing because it went on for absolutely days. All my sister was there. Oh my god, it was just an absolute embarrassment. Obviously at the time it was embarrassing, but when you think about it now, you don't really give a fuck, really, to be honest, because it's only a kiss, and it was just like your little. It was like your little baby crush when you were a kid. Do you know what I mean? I don't fancy babies, guys. I was a baby at the same time as well. So get your facts right, lads. And guys, I wouldn't say this was like an embarrassing story. This is kind of like a thing like where you just wish you never done, really. I remember I was in primary school, and it was like my first day actually living in Scotland. And see, when you're a kid, like, see when you farted, it wasn't really like a big thing, was it? But I remember it was my first day actually at this new school. Right, so just imagine me, first day at school, I'm a Scouser, living in Scotland, I don't know anyone, and this happens, right, okay? So the teacher asked me to stand up, right? Cause like, it was like oh Chris, like, what's your name, blah blah blah, tell us a little bit about yourself. So I just stood up and went, blah blah, my name's Chris. While I was going back down, next minute, I farted and everyone started laughing. And I was just sitting there like, oh my fucking god, my face and everything like that, it was just embarrassing. Like, obviously, when you fart now, you don't really care, because like, you and your mates just have a bit of a laugh, but it was my first time ever in that school, It was the first time ever actually being at school with people from Scotland, and it was really hard at the start, because obviously I just didn't really know what to say, but the teacher said to me, Chris, can you stand up and tell everyone your name and a little bit about yourself and stuff like that. So I was like, my name's Chris, blah blah blah, from Liverpool, I like football, support Liverpool and stuff like that. And then when I was sitting back down, when everyone was like, oh, this kid seems pretty nice actually, pretty nice English guy, which is very rare, and next minute, a fucking fart. It wasn't just like a little queef, it was like a full on like wet one, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, fuck me, man. It was the worst experience ever. And even when I see my mates now, they still always remind me of it, because the mates that I speak to now, I still speak to when they were at school, do you know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy. It's like, it's just embarrassing sometimes, it really is. Why is that bloody hill I always fuck up on? I don't understand. Let's go a little bit slow on this hill. Let's slow down, yeah, that's it lads, that's it. That turbo sounds dirty as dirty as my fucking fart sitting down. Yeah, this car's keeping up, what is that? Is that a Jaguar? Yeah, it is, yeah. Got nothing on this Bentley, you absolute animal. But yes guys, that's really it. I've got loads more stories, but I can't really think them off my head. I think if I ever was gonna do this again, I'd have to sit down and actually like write it down, so like right beside me. I just didn't really do that, because I already knew what ones I was gonna speak about, because personally they are my most embarrassing ones personally. But you know, people have got other opinions. I just think it was just really awkward. It really was. Just the fact is, like, the first day at school, and even like the kissing one, like, it's just awkward. Like all your family were there, and it's just really awkward. And guys, the reason I'm not doing like any serious mental videos just now is just like I want to get back to the routine of doing videos, and I don't know why it feels really weird speaking to the webcam today. I don't know what it is. I feel really weird speaking to the webcam. Oh my god, come on Bentley. So guys, do apologise if this is boring. It's just like I'm just trying to get back into swing of things again, obviously uploading videos and getting back into the routine of speaking to a webcam. But that's really it guys, that's really my most embarrassing thing. If you guys want to see more, please let me know. I'll probably do a lot more. Probably will have to sit down and actually have a good think. But anyway guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Do apologise for the short video. They are my most two embarrassing things that I can think of right now. Obviously there's going to be loads more that I've been embarrassed by, but these are the two things I can think of off my head right now, because they are embarrassing for me. But anyway guys, just enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video.